the wicked co-wife. The sun was sinking over Mweko village when Addis sat quietly under the old Udola tree, her heart heavy like a calabash filled with stones. She had come into Obi's compound as his first wife, the pride of her parents, her bride price paid in full with tubers of yam and kegs of palm oil. Life was peaceful, until Nneka came. Nneka arrived like harmattan wind, beautiful, cunning, and sharp-tongued. Obi, blinded by her smooth words and soft laughter, married her without a second thought. At first, Addis welcomed her warmly, sharing the kitchen and hearth. But Nneka's smile hid a snake's venom. It began with whispers. Addis has no male child, Nneka would say when neighbors gathered. Is she truly a wife? Obi, who once adored Addis, began to turn cold, his love swayed like palm fronds in the wind. He stopped eating her meals, stopped listening to her voice. All he saw was Nneka. Then the wickedness grew teeth. One evening, when Obi traveled to the next village, Addis prepared a pot of ofe onogbu for the family. Nneka watched, her eyes glinting like a cat in the dark. When Addis stepped out to fetch water, Nneka slipped in a handful of ground sinwo, a deadly poison. By the time Addis returned, the aroma of the soup filled the air. She smiled, unaware of the death lurking in the pot. But fate has its own eyes. Before the meal was served, Nneka's little daughter, Amoka, sneaked into the kitchen, licking the soup with her tiny fingers. Minutes later, the child fell, convulsing like a fish out of water. Panic scattered the compound. Villagers gathered, their voices rising like a storm. The dibia was called, and after casting his cowries, he spoke. The soup was poisoned. The gods have seen the evil hand that stirred it. All eyes turned to Addis. Tears flooded her eyes as she swore by Oni, the earth goddess, that her hands were clean. But Nneka, the serpent, wept louder, beating her chest. She wants to kill my child, she screamed. Obi's face hardened like iron. He raised his hand to strike Addis. Then, from the edge of the crowd, the dibia's voice boomed. Wait. Let each wife drink from the pot. Addis stepped forward first, her heart steady. She sipped the soup and stood unharmed. Murmurs filled the air. Nneka trembled, her knees knocking like pestles. When the bowl touched her lips, she collapsed before it reached her tongue. Her secret had betrayed her. That night, Nneka was dragged to her father's house in shame, while Obi fell on his knees before Addis, begging for forgiveness. She looked at him, tears glistening, and whispered, "The gods have eyes, Obi. The gods have eyes."